Taurus placements, Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, or Stellium. Let's do a reading. If you want a private reading, the link to that is in the description box. I'll see you there. Oh man, autopilot mix-up. I usually say I'll see you there for the extended reading. I fucking hate the intro. But you know, people ask me dumb questions. That's why I say the fucking intro. Anyways, if you want a private reading, it's in the description box. Without the I'll see you there. The I'll see you there is for the extended reading. Okay? What the fuck? I'll see you there. Okay, so let's see. Oh my god. I just heard broken promises. I do see attachment here, and I don't know who's attached to who. Are you both attached to each other by any chance? You have history with this person. At least you dated this person. But I do see that the connection between the two of you did not work or is not working. Especially if there are too many gaps and delays, and you know when you meet someone and then you don't see them for a couple months, and then date number 2. There's too much gap. You know what I mean? Doesn't seem like it's moving much. But there is attachment. At least one of you is attached here. And I don't know who's who. You could both have Libra in your chart. Alright, let's see where it goes. One of you wants this connection more than the other. And the other person is like, I don't know. Give me some time to figure things out. I don't know. I've pulled the energy of the connection itself, so I don't know who's where, who's who. So in this case alone, because a lot of people ask me if they can reverse the readings, not on this channel, but in cases like this, I will give you permission to put yourself where you fit. Otherwise, I'm going to say it's either you or them. Okay, so in this reading specifically, you may reverse the roles as you see fit. Because I see that this person, one of you is kind of like tired of waiting for clarity. It's like, is this going to happen? Is it not? I've been waiting for a while. I feel the connection. Do you feel the same? And there is delay on the other party. There is delay in response, perhaps. And even when they reply, it's kind of like, I've been busy, I'm going through something, blah, 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 excuses. The one that is feeling so attached to this connection, without letting go, without like saying, okay, you know what, I'm out. The one that is attached is so burdened. Like they're so stuck. Because they really want this. They really want this connection. When someone is stuck, it is way worse than being rejected. There is actually this psychological study that showed that talked about how ignoring someone is like physical beating. So whoever that's getting ignored here is actually suffering, because experiencing a rejection, it's kind of like, at least I know, and you kind of heal from that if there is any attachment, and you kind of move on at some point, right? But being ignored or being in a stagnant position, waiting for clarity, waiting for a yes or a no, that is tormenting. So we have someone here that is being not traumatized, but tortured mentally. So if you are doing this, Taurus, to this person, keeping them on hold, keeping them on red, or keeping them waiting, you're torturing this person. Now, if you are the one that is being tortured, well, there's a lot of waiting. If you are the one that is being tortured here mentally, you need to do the closing on your own. Like, you need to be the one that is like, you know what? Ignoring me is an answer. I always say no reply is a reply. No reply is a reply. It is saying you are not important. It is saying you are not one of my top priorities. It is saying I don't give a fuck about you enough to reply to you. Because no one is that busy, that they ignore you for days or ignore you for almost the full day. Like if someone doesn't reply to you within a couple of hours, sure, I'm not talking about you being crazy. But if they don't reply, especially if you talk, like, let's say if you talk to this person on a daily, and if they don't talk to you for almost half a day or for the whole day, there's something wrong here, baby, because no one is that busy. No one is that busy. Even if they are actually busy, they'll just say, talk to you later. I'll explain later. I'm busy. It doesn't take even a second to type TYT. It's like, I have acknowledged you talking to me, but I'll talk to you later. TYT. TYT. Less than a second to send, right? So there's no real excuse for ignoring someone your whole day, especially if you talk on a daily. If you are used to not talking and they don't reply for a day, I guess that's what you're used to, so it's okay, right? But if you're used to talking and suddenly they pull away, that's not okay, okay? So I feel like there's something about standards here that are not being met, or standards that should be introduced to the person that is being tortured mentally here. Because it's their self-worth is taking a hit. The person that is getting ignored, their self-worth is taking a hit. Their self-esteem is taking a hit. There's a lot of waiting, like a crippling waiting energy here. When you sit awkwardly on one leg, or when you sit awkwardly on your arm and it starts to go numb, the waiting here is giving me the same vibe, that it's numbing this person. It's probably numbing their brain, numbing their heart, numbing their energy. It's stagnant. Which is no good. Not good at all. The person that is doing the ignoring is undecisive or indecisive. You know, this is someone that has trouble making decisions and committing to them. So, you know, Taurus, wherever you are in this equation, you two are not good for each other. Cut the ties. Get out. Whether you are the one that is getting ignored or you are doing the ignoring. If you are the one that is getting ignored, just block this person. I bet they won't even notice. Not right away, maybe. You know, maybe a week passes and they're like, oh, wait, hang on. Let me check on Taurus. And they realize you blocked them. Get yourself out of this. But if you are the one that is ignoring, just tell this person, hey, I'm not interested. I'm not feeling this. Cut the ties, because this is like an unnecessary attachment. It's like, what are you two attached for? It's like, cut this shit. Cut this tie. You do not need, if you are, Taurus, if you are the one that is ignoring this person, you do not need this person's pain on your life. Okay, because when you cause pain, even if you're not aware of it, when you cause pain, there is karma for that. So you don't need this person's pain to be projected onto you, because they're feeling this pain, this stagnant energy that is so crippling. It's targeted at you. So people can send you bad vibes, even unintentionally. You don't need that. So clarify the situation. If you're not feeling this person, stop making them wait. Stop making them believe that there could be something. Just tell them, hey, I'm not feeling this. I don't want to lead you on. That's it. It doesn't even have to be, paragraphs long. Just listen. I'm not feeling this. I don't want to lead you on. I wish you all the best. Bye. Done. If you are the one that is getting ignored, like I said, get the fuck out of this. Get the fuck out of this. You know, they do say Taurians are very patient, but there is a difference between patience and a waste of fucking time. There's a difference between patience and torture. Okay? Don't be accepting this breadcrumbing bullshit and calling it patience. I just got a card that is like, that's the truth. And it's like, yeah, I spit truth all the time, baby. That's how we roll. Whoever that is getting ignored, they need to stand up for themselves and say, hey, this is not what I signed up for. Bye. Because like I said, the one that is getting ignored is taking a hit. Their self-worth is being crushed. So you two need to have a conversation that would clarify what this connection is and what your positions are in this connection. And if there is any fucking position to start with, you know? Because maybe there's a misunderstanding between the two of you. Maybe you consider this person as a casual thing and they consider you as the one, or vice versa. So you both need to have that conversation, whether it's a final conversation or if it's like a conversation that's going to clarify each other's intention within the connection. Because, you know, maybe if this person told you, I'm just looking for something casual, you would be like, you know what, okay. Or they could explain what they're going through and whether you want to, you know, be okay with that excuse or not, that is up to you. But being stagnant and not knowing is not a good mix. So there's a lot of darkness here that you need to shed some light on this connection. And I feel like this reading is kind of saying, don't be okay with being stagnant in this attachment, because there is an attachment growing, whether it's from your side, their side, but this attachment Whether it's from you or to you, it's still there. If it's to you, you don't need it because you're not really invested in this. If it's from you, you're being tortured and your self-worth is suffering. Something needs to be done here. Okay? Alrighty. The signs that I see here, Gemini, Libra, and that's it. They could have these placements, or you could have these placements in your chart. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Stellium. I'm going to pull you another message, Taurus. The second message is for Taurus extended members. I'll give you a preview before we take it there. Let's see. Hang on, there's a card that is flipped. Wow. Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands between these two. What a beautiful energy. I just heard divine. And maybe not divine in the sense where it's like divine, but the energy, you know, is so sweet. It's divine. You know when someone tastes something tasty? It's like, oh, it's divine, right? It's kind of like that. Maybe this person likes the taste of you. Who knows? I just heard you are the catch of the year. Whatever that means. I'm getting that this is a person that was not planning to fall in love and they fell in love. It's like they were either not planning to get in a relationship anytime soon, or they are at an age or in a phase in their life where they're not looking for anybody. Maybe they gave up on love and then you showed up. Because I'm seeing that they are not someone that was walking into interactions with an open heart. They are someone that had their heart was closed. You know what I mean? You know when you walk into a store, let's say, or a shop, and they're closed. But, you know, they would open for the right person and for the right price. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I know you're closed, but I have this thing and it's kind of urgent. And I'm gonna put in an order of, you know, for $1,000 or whatever else. If you start now, or if you open now for my order, let's say. And they're like, okay, $1,000 on an order? Perfect. You know, we can make an exception. And it feels like this person, their heart, there was no intention to open it for anybody. But you came in with a key, or you came in with certain quality or certain energy that is forcing this person to open their cold heart and warming their heart for you. Let's see where this goes in the extended. I'll see you there. There's the autopilot that I started with in the beginning. I'll see you there. Let's see where this goes. I'll see you there.